I'm always curious.
Yes.
Why are you so keen about the unification of Africa?
This is actually a story, and I guess I have to tell people now. One day I was sitting with some friends of mine. One was from USA, another from China, two from Canada, were born in Canada, another from India, and another from Russia. And after they introduced themselves, like, where are you from? I'm from this, I'm from this, I'm from Russia, I'm from China. And then when it was my time, I said, I was born in Africa. I am from Africa.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they asked the question, but which part of Africa? And I said, why does that matter? We are the same. And one of them said, no, man, you are not the same. Some of you are calm, some of you are aggressive. And we are here, and we hear that probably Nigeria or other countries, that they have a lot of conmen. And I realized that the narrative that we are pushing as Africans is wrong. Because I want you to look at it this way. Canada is a huge country.
Yeah.
That Vancouver and Toronto have different time frames, right? And Edmonton, they have different time frames. In China, it's one of the largest countries in the world. They have different time frames, right? But when you ask somebody from China that where are you from, they just say China. You don't literally say, but from where? It's the same in Africa.
That's interesting.
We are brothers. We can come from one place if we decide to. And it comes with a lot of opportunities too. I don't mean there won't be no challenges. But why would we start, or why would we accept to be differentiated like that? Because you got to understand, whether it is China or USA or anywhere, they have aggressive people, they have smart people, they have everybody, different kinds of people, man. It's just recently when I was looking for butter chicken, I went to an Indian restaurant, and this guy said, no, we are from the west part of the India, so we don't really make that. I'm like, oh, wow.
Wow.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but when you see them, the first thing that comes to mind is that, yeah, they come from India.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's true. That's right.
But why is it that when someone sees me, they have to know that I come from Africa, but then again, they got to ask where exactly I come from.
Africa you're from.
Right?
Jack, so are you saying that when people ask you specifically where in Africa you're from, they're trying to differentiate us from each other, that
exactly
each country in Africa is a separate entity or sovereign nation on its own. There are no similarities with each other.
Yeah. But come on. Look at the USA. The people in Texas have a different kind of behavior than their old tradition than the people in New York. But when you ask an American outside of America and you ask them where they from, they simply say
USA. I'm just trying to catch. This is very interesting. I like it. It's very interesting. Yes, most times when we're here in Canada, we have Indians, we have Chinese Canadians. Sometimes that's how they're referred to as Indian Canadians, right? When they're outside of Canada, somebody asks them, even though they're Indian, somebody asks them, where are you from? I'm from Canada. They're outside, let's say in China, then you ask a Chinese Canadian, where are you from? I'm from Canada. So I'm pretty sure you're trying to bring it back to us as Africans. When somebody asks me, where are you from? I'm African, but which part of Africa are you from? Let's say Sierra Leone. But my answer should be first and foremost, I'm African.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you details in terms of.
And so people, listen, people get to know details if they start to get to know you. You get what I'm saying? You don't find someone in a restaurant and they say to you, so where are you from?
So are you saying that every African should first and foremost represent themselves as an African?
Yeah.
Because we all originate from that one continent called Africa.
Because if you find an American outside of America, they will say to you, I'm from USA.
From the USA.
When you get to know them, that's when you find out that they're probably from Washington or New York or Boston.
So how do we attain that unification in our diversity? Wow. This is actually an amazing insight. If we can, if English is something that brings us together in terms of communication.
Yeah. Why not other languages? Why not our color? That's by the way, why not our color? Why not our origin? Why not our continent? We can achieve a lot more united than divided. Think about this. Why would the whole of Africa wait for donations, vaccine donations from other parts of the world? When we have scientists, when we know that if we unite the resources, we can come up with a vaccine, we can come up with a lot of things.
You're absolutely right, because with the unification comes with more resources.
Exactly. And more resources, more jobs, more, a lot of things,
more opportunities. Yeah. I mean, that's where you have World Trade Organizations.
Exactly.
Like you have the NAFTA and other organizations. And the purpose of these World Trade Organization, it's to make countries trade with each other. What about the organizations that we have put in place to unite Africa? Are they doing their job?
The organizations don't have a problem. It's the people running the organizations that are having the problem. We need to consider that too. If you individualize a system to only serve you and probably people close to you, then it won't serve its purpose. We need to start differentiating Africans who are laughing with us and those that are laughing at us.
What do you mean? That's Africans who are laughing with us and Africans who are
because
laughing.
An African who's laughing with you can easily understand what you're going through, and they will be willing to be part of the solutions of the problems to our continent. But an African who is laughing at you, they don't care what Nigerians or Ethiopians or South Africans are going through. I am bothered that when a war is happening in Ethiopia, Ugandans don't care. I am bothered that when there is massacre by maybe officers in Uganda, South Africans are silent.
Kenyans.
Yeah, Kenyans are. Yeah, like we don't have to, man. We need to start stepping up when things like these occur.
So what do you think unites us as Africans? Because the only unity that I see is a physical symbol of our complexion, or black, right?
Yeah. And
then our origin, which we call Africa. But there are other features that make us similar in many ways.
For everything to move, you got to start with something. And whether you like it or not, our color has been discriminated a lot. And if we can start with our color, by embracing it, by embracing the people who have it, by helping them persevere, by helping them succeed, by helping each other succeed, then what better beginning than that, man?
You know what's strange?
Yeah.
We share the most common problems.
Exactly.
All African nations share similar problems.
Yeah.
Poverty.
Yeah.
Political instability.
Yeah.
Coup d'etat. Corruption.
Yeah.
So why can't we share a similar solution?
Because, bro, you need to look at it this way. Besides having organizations or people running the organizations that are not helping, we also have a society that is so comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Yeah. Like, people think the one to be free is a luxury. Or to have to respect your rights is a luxury. So until we change our mindset, we will achieve all these things that we want. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We will achieve all these things that we want. The organizations, I want to use the word piss me off when when you seeing an African president changing a constitution and you don't intervene, but the moment people decide to fight for themselves and maybe a coup happens, and then you all stand up to intervene, that is wrong. We don't accept that. So are you accepting changing of constitutions for people or politicians to lead forever, but you're not okay with people fighting for themselves to try and change the narrative in their countries?
Wow.
So all of this has to change. But to go back on the unification of Africa, we can start with our skin. And then we look at the similar problems that we have. And before you know it, I feel like COVID should have united us. COVID should have united us.
Absolutely.
For us to wait for Alibaba to send us donations of vaccines, for us to wait. There was a president who was so angry that when the white people discovered the vaccine, they first catered on themselves. What do you think, man? He was so angry, said, I am so angry. These people are so selfish. Yeah,
so
what do you
what?
think?
What do you think?
What do you think? It had to be like that, man. It's like, yeah, it's like when you get money, man, and your family doesn't have food, you're thinking about your family first. That's understandable.
Absolutely. And you know what? One thing that I've observed with my interaction with other Africans from all over is that the people actually want all of us to be united.
Yeah.
Because we all share a similar problem.
Yeah.
But the problem lies in the leadership. The leaders don't want to unite. Let's say if the leader of Uganda,
Yeah.
the leader of Ethiopia,
Yeah.
the leader of Guinea, the leader of Mali, Burkina Faso,
Yeah.
if they can come together and discuss some matters that affect the continent, which are similar problems, poverty,
Yeah.
and discuss how each country can work together to help each other.
Whether you like it or not, a united Africa is more powerful, more resourceful, more stronger. It makes more sense than a divided Africa. My last comment on this, I recently watched a story on BBC where Chinese were blaming Americans for overstaying in Africa, and Americans were asking what Chinese are doing in Africa, and Russians were saying they are the ones who deserve to be in Africa. But do you know who was outside of that conversation? The Africans. It's like we are just seated there waiting for people to decide for us, to discuss for us,
Without our involvement.
and choose for us, which is so wrong. It is extremely wrong. We need to be part of the conversation.
And we're not.
We need to drive the narrative. This is our continent.
We don't have a voice in our own continent. That's how dumb it is.
The,
we don't have
the voice
our own
begins
voice.
with you. Don't wait for anyone to give you a voice.
So the voice starts with ordinary people
man.
like us.
Yes.
To start speaking for our
Yes.
rights.
You start speaking and
Africa's
acting. Walk the
ours.
talk, man.
We call the shots in our own continent.
Exactly. But we have puppets as leaders.